Our biggest fear now is not necessarily the water topping the levees. I don't think that'll happen. The biggest fear now is how long the river will stay high. And at this point, they're talking about it staying above flood stage for nearly a month. If that happens and we start having some larger rains, there's nowhere for the water to go. We're just in a bowl. All the floodgates, all the valves, flap valves are all shut off, so the water won't have anywhere to go. And that's our biggest concern. We really need it not to rain very much for the next month. 4 inches of rain would cause millions of dollars of damage. From what we're hearing, this will be worse than 1990. 1990, the river gauge here at Pine Bluff got to 47.7. It's predicted to get to 49. You know, we had a wet, cold spring. We've had to replant a lot of corn. I haven't had to replant any beans, but there's a lot of people around me that have. We've had to replant some rice. It's just, you know, it's been one thing after another after 4 or 5 really down years. And, you know, 1 or 2 more years like this, and I don't know how many more we can stand. In our rice production, we're in a very low area to begin with. And if we get a rain and there's nowhere for the water to go, it's going to stay on this rice crop that we have. And you know, obviously rice can handle a lot of water, but it can't handle 2 feet of water over the top of it. In my lifetime, I've never seen, obviously I haven't seen anything of this proportion. I can only imagine how much silt and sand that the river will bring down and leave in certain places, and we really won't know. I'm hoping that it's not as bad as what I saw when the river just 4 years ago got to 46.2, and up and down the river banks, you know, we lost upwards of 50 feet of ground just on the river banks alone in 2016. So I can only imagine what it'll look like after this. I don't think anybody recognizes or realizes the amount of money and time that we have to put in to making a crop and to try to make a profit right now. You know, disaster relief, of course, is welcome, but if you look over a course of time, those things have never bailed anybody out. It helps, but it never bails anybody out. I guess it just runs in my blood, and it runs in every farmer's blood. I'm a 4th generation farmer. My son is coming after me. You know, I'm farming and fighting more for him than I am for myself. And I'm fighting for what my dad's fought for his whole life on this farm. We've been here since 1955. I hope we'll be here till 2155. And you know, it is a challenge, and a lot of times I try not to be negative. I try to think of the positive, but it does get trying at times. Like I've said, we've had 4 or 5 years of really down times, and we're due a turnaround, and I hope it starts now.